Hello, it's been a long time since my last video. I have taken a big break from social media and I had a big break from work as well, actually, because I got a bit stressed and I wasn't functioning. But in that time I got a bit done with the van. I'm actually at a campsite now. I'm hoping no one can hear me talking to myself, but here we am. Just arrived and I just wanted to show you what I've done. Had a bit of help with my dad with a few of the bits, so dad just got me started on a few things and then he took over on the plumbing. So we have plumbing. Hey, we have plumbing. So I have a sink and a tap. I'm just going to switch the pump on. Switch is here, so I've got lighting and the pump. It's a bit noisy, but there we go, we have water. That is running, so the sink is here, and it's running down to here and into a bottle here, and that's just until I can figure out something better to do. I don't have water running into a bucket outside, because that means I have to have the door open. It's actually cooled down quite a bit and I'm parked in the shade, so it's a bit cooler here. So I've got the front doors shut and my blinds up. I also have a little toilet. Hang on, again, one-handed, not doing that. I haven't been. I just popped a bit of kitchen roll in there. It looks like I've been. I've not been. I've literally just got here. And I don't know whether you've seen this table. So I'll just show you. So it's got these hinges underneath the clip and then goes all the way down out of the way. So then I can use the support here for the bed. When I open up the bed, that's just coming away. It's a constant thing, always maintaining it. I'll table up because I'm going to make myself some tea in a minute. That's my bin at the moment. That's my cutlery. There's just a few random bits in there at the moment. This is my bathroom, which when I fix this up, because it's not fixed at the moment, that will hang on that hook there. Sorry, filming badly again. I might see if I can turn the camera around. I don't think I can. No, I'll have to edit. So I'll edit it. Put that in there. That isn't fixed down yet. It's plumbed in. It just needs to be fixed down. That's just something I haven't got around to doing yet. This campsite at the moment is non-electric, but when I stay at electric camps, I've got this. I could have done something that was integral to the van, but it meant a lot more stuff that I just didn't want to do. And most of the time I'll be camping off grid anyway. That's more my style. I don't know, it just looks a bit more finished. So like I said, that needs to be, still can't film, that needs to be fixed on. That will be fixed on. Then I've got panelling here. Yeah, I don't know, I'll probably add some photos of a few camping trips that I've had. There's a bit nice view. I've had a camping trip when I was off sick from work. On my own with the dog. There's Henry in the van, making himself at home. Of course, we toasted marshmallows with the sunset. And then that's him looking all cosy in the van. So, yeah, today, oh, I can see some people. I wonder where they're going. That might be a walk. I'll go and check that out in a bit. Somebody just looked at me. Didn't bring the dog with me today because I really wanted to try and do a bit of camping on my own. Since getting the van, I've been a little bit scared. But I think I've realised that some of that has just been this slow kind of build-up of stress that I've been experiencing. Now I'm feeling better and realising what I need, which is peace and quiet. I've decided to make myself come out on my own. So yes, here I am. The campsite has that little brown thing in the middle of the screen, that is actually a fire pit. So I've got one next to the van. So I'll be having a fire later. And I'm hoping the sky will remain clear, because then I'll be able to see the stars. That bag's really annoying me. It's just blowing around in the wind. So I've just been sat here. I mean, it is peace and quiet compared to home. There are obviously people around, but it's just that not having to do anything. And I might have picked the busier end of the field, but I mean, it's going to be a learning process, isn't it? Camping on my own. I've never camped on my own before. I've always wanted to. I've always had opportunities to, but I've always been too scared. And having the van feels like I have a safety net. I have this physical safety thing around me, where I feel safer. And granted, I was with Henry last time, who is not a guard dog. He's a cocker spaniel. He wants to play with everybody. It kind of boosted me to do it on my own. So I forgot to tell you where all my storage is as well. So most of it is actually under here, under the bench. I've got everything there. So I've got a basket with all my firewood in. It's quite cute. Then I've got my kitchen. A bit more kitchen. A bit more kitchen. And then that's my gas stove. And then I keep my toilet under there as well. And my clothes are in there with some spare, a towel, a sheet, and a spare blanket up there. And that's it. Because really, it's going to be a weekend van. It's not going to be, days. But we'll see. I have thought about building a door across here. You can actually buy them. They're really expensive. Like, I don't know, between £100 and £200. I get it. Somebody's built it. But it would be handy to be able to close the door on all of that. But hey, I quite like the rustic feel anyway. Apart from finishing off the plumbing, the other thing I'd like to do is I've left a gap here between my trim and the outer and the inner wall. I've got some it's a roll of LED lighting, and I'd really like to have it like a soft glow all the way along there, and all the way along there. But at the moment I haven't figured out how I'm going to actually fit it. I've realised I've actually situated myself between a big family and the Portaloos. So I'm going to have people walking past all night. Do I move? Or do I just learn from it? I don't really want to move. I don't know. I get a bit worried about things sometimes. If I think people are drinking, they're getting a bit loud, I feel uncomfortable. I think I'm just going to move. I don't need the fire pit. I've brought my barbecue. I'm going to use that. I think I'm just going to move. Right, I'm doing it. I'm going to move. I moved. I'm like directly opposite the people now. I'm really glad I moved because they turned up the music and they started singing. And I just thought they're here for a alcoholic jolly, which is fine, I'm not judging at all. But that's not what I want to be next to. I really just want and need some peace and quiet. But I am really triggered by men that are drinking. So I have moved in between two people that look like they're just having some peace and quiet. They've got a barbecue. One of them's sunbathing, the other one has lemonade. So I think we're good, but I'll let you know. That's the new view. So that is what I'm going to be waking up to tomorrow. You can just ignore the fence. It's a good few miles of green farmland. I'm still hiding. I think we can deal with that, can't we? I can hear a stream, I reckon. I'm going to go and have an explore in a minute. And then I'm going to make myself some tea. Right, I went for a little walk. That little bridge was actually just another part of the campsite, and obviously with that being that little bridge, you can't drive onto that bit, and there's just one guy in there camping, yeah, he was eating and I was sort of like walked past and he was looking at me and I was looking at him and I was like, sorry, I don't know if I'm meant to be here. I thought this was a walk. And he said, no, this is just the next part of the campsite. And then I started worrying that I was like in the wrong place, and then I realised you can't actually drive in, and I booked a van. And then I got back, and then this other guy in this 4-wheel drive thing turns up going, hello, hello. And I'm like, don't talk to me. And then he said, hello, hello, I saw somebody. So I put my head out and he's looking at me and he went, can I check you in? I'm so, I need to relax, seriously. I'm so unnerved. I was like, okay, yeah, it's fine. So he checked me in and he asked me if I was all right. And I said, yeah. And he said, are you all right over this end? And I went, yeah, I've just moved. And he said, yeah, I saw you move. And I said, oh, only because I've got a toilet on board and I realised people were walking past me to use the loos and I'm going to get that all night. And he went, oh yeah, very sensible. And then left me to it. So I think that's it now. And I'm going to hunker down for the night now. Well, I'm not hunkering down. Sounds like there's a storm. I'm going to make my tea. So I've literally just bought some cheese and ham and some rolls. I'm going to make some rolls. And I haven't even bought, I was thinking I could buy some lettuce and some tomato. I don't know, make it like a big Subway roll or something. But then I've got nowhere to keep it because I've not brought my fridge. I could have brought my fridge. So I've just got cheese and ham rolls. I haven't got any butter. How unprepared am I? Anyway, I've got hot chocolate and I've got cookies, so, you know, have a party later. Can't believe I didn't bring butter or salad cream, mayonnaise, hummus, anything. I'm gonna have to eat all of this ham and all of the cheese, otherwise it's gonna go off. Make a mega sandwich. We are making mega sandwiches. That's a lot of cheese. It's gonna be such a dry sandwich. The water's not freezing cold either, it's quite nice. Okay, let's be civilised and use a plate. But that's a heavy roll. A heavy mega sandwich. Also, I haven't brought anything to wash up with. Kitchen roll. Put that away. That's a lot of cheese. Eat my rolls. See you in a bit. I forgot to show you where all the power stuff is. Here is my power bank that I use to charge my phone and power a couple of bits. This is my water tank. It's not got a lot of water at the moment. And then behind there is my battery. And then right over in the right corner, you can't quite see it, is my fuse box. So it's all self-contained in there. And that's just a little extension and a tap. Little view in through the fan there. And this is where I'm keeping my entertainment for later. Downloaded a couple of bits from Disney Plus. It's got to be done. It's a little bit chilly. Just going to close the side door. There's a nice through breeze. When I have the side door open and the back door's open. It's lovely. When it's like proper summer as well, I could have both that door and that door open for a lovely breeze. But at the moment this is enough. I've seen a yellow wagtail and wood pigeons, and that's it at the moment. I haven't stopped to look properly. I think when you stop and sit and watch, that's when you're more likely to see birdies, wildlife. I reckon that there is a little stream. Can have a look in a minute. Where I went camping last weekend, weekend before last, that was when I took Henry, and I took him for a walk. It was on a farm like this one is, and we went for a walk up the hill. We're in the South Downs, so it's all very hilly, and I got to the crest of the hill, just over the top, and I saw, I don't know what you call a group of herds. I don't know what you call a group of hares. I wanted to say a herd of hares, but there was a herd, a group of hares, running around, running in circles, looking so happy. I couldn't see any predators. I certainly couldn't see any aerial predators. I don't know. There could have been predators, but I don't think they would run around in circles. Like, it was like so synchronized. I think they were happy. But it was beautiful. I'd never knowingly seen a hare. And I just stopped and watched them. They were just beautiful, going round and round in circles. So that was nice. And I saw a red kite fly really low down. And the obligatory jackdaws harassing it. And a buzzard. It's just lovely to be out in nature.
Right there on top of the moon, we could sit and do nothing. I wish we were bold to just fly away. think it's odd how we always wait another day. How we watch things that kids walk away. Let's live down by the water, watch it come and go home. I wish we were both.
Good night. Good morning. This is the first time I've spoken to anyone today. I'm a little bit tired actually. That's a good cup of coffee. The first cup of coffee is always the best, isn't it? It took me a while to settle off because it always does when I'm in a strange place. I think if I was to spend like 2 or 3 nights here, I'd probably do alright. So it took me a while to settle off. And then I really wanted to wake up to see the sunrise, so I set my alarm for 4:30 because it was due to rise at 10 to 5. But although I should have been able to see it rise, I couldn't because of the bushes and the hills as well. So it was due to rise here at actually 4:56, I think. And I waited and waited and waited, and I tried to film it, and the sky was changing and it was beautiful, but I was waiting to see the actual sun sort of burst up over something. So I went back to sleep and sort of tossed and turned a bit really. The mattress is not the greatest. I decided not to put it in bed mode last night. I kept it in, it's in sofa mode at the moment because I've got these two here at the back and then that one at the bottom. But what I did with the two that are at the back, I put them underneath the one I'm sitting on right now. So then it's double thickness, and it is a little bit more comfortable, but there are certain points where my hips especially, because I'm bottom heavy, go through to the wooden frame really. So there was a couple of times where I was like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, just have to move. So I was tossing and turning a little bit, but once I found a comfortable position I was alright. The other thing I didn't like was because I was in a sleeping bag. Hang on. Oh, that's such a good coffee. I was in a sleeping bag, so and I often sleep with one knee up and the other leg straight, and you can't really do that in a sleeping bag. So I think next time, I was lovely and warm in the sleeping bag, and because I had the back doors open just a crack like this, just for ventilation, and it just felt like I don't want to be shut away and I'm outside in a beautiful place. And it's not like I'm on my own in the woods. If I was wild camping on my own in the woods, I probably would shut myself away once I'm ready to go to sleep and lock the doors, but I felt quite safe here. So I think if I was to shut the doors, I could actually have the sleeping bag over me like a duvet and it'd be better. But yeah, so I need a nap at some point today. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't have to do anything. I feel like I have to go and do something, but I don't. I can just chill out here as long as I like. I can make myself some porridge and just drink this coffee. I can have another coffee. I can read. I can watch downloaded stuff. I don't really want to go for a walk because there's no... Oh, I can see a massive bird of prey. It's too far away for me to catch on camera. It might be a red kite. Can't remember what I was saying. If there was actual walks, then I would go for a walk. And one of the other things that was keeping me awake last night was someone was pumping up their air mattress, like honestly, for a solid hour. I felt like going over there and like, should we just blow it out with our mouths? Are you actually getting anywhere? And then, you know, the party that I moved away from, I'm glad I moved away from them because they had music on until like 11:30. I mean, that's not like major, but I'm on the other side of the field and I could hear it. I bought my iPad and I bought some downloaded stuff because I knew that I might have trouble settling like a baby. So I did watch like half an episode of something, and I was too tired to watch any more. And I tried to stargaze, but the moon was out. Full moon tonight or tomorrow night, I think, if I've worked that right. So it was just too bright. Couldn't see really any stars. Only see the brightest few. That was it. So there was no point staying up. So I sort of settled down around 11:30 and tried to get some sleep.